Mikey. Welcome to the farm. We have freezing temperatures and severe weather moving our way, and all of our appliances run off electricity. How in the world are we going to cook a meal with no power? Y'all come along with us today. Hubby's going to show y'all how we can still prepare a nice warm meal when we lose power.
We woke up this morning, wasn't no power. Had an ice storm, no power. Nobody to cook no breakfast. Nah, just kidding. We actually have power. Wasn't no ice storm, nothing like that. I'm out here in a t-shirt. Anything could happen. I just want y'all to know that. Anything could happen. Grid goes down, you don't have no power, anything. I just wanted to show y'all how to come out here. And this is the CAMPSTOVE stove. It's the 2-burner. I have 2 of them. I have the 3-burner and the 2-burner. And this one stays in our basement, and the 3-burner we use for camping. I have a griddle for each one of them. This griddle right here, this is a yard sale find. Or actually, I think it was an estate sale find. Didn't pay but like, I think $10 for it. And I have the original Camp Chef griddles to go on here, but I figured I'd give this one a try. Had never used this one. Cleaned up nice. Like I say, what but $10. So this morning we're gonna cook outside on this Camp Chef stove, and I just want y'all to know, like, if power ever goes out, you actually have different means to cook. Now I could come out here and build me a little fire ring and take this same griddle, or just use a piece of like a grill top, and you could still cook you some bacon or anything on that. Or you could take this little griddle and put it on blocks or rocks inside of the thing and cook outside on the fire. It works either which way. And I'm just gonna show this right here. These Camp Chef stoves are the best thing that you could have. It would last probably 6-7 months on one 30-pound propane tank. So if you keep 2 or 3 propane tanks full and keep them at the ready, you'll always have propane and always be able to cook a warm meal. So this morning we're just gonna cook some eggs, some biscuits. I've already pre-made the biscuits. They're the same recipe I always use. It's just some self-rising flour and butter. And we didn't have any buttermilk, so you take a cup of milk and you can add some vinegar to it and let it sit for about 10-15 minutes, and it'll turn into like buttermilk. So we never really keep buttermilk on hand because we don't really use it that much. It's easier just to do the vinegar trick. I did add a little bit of cheese in the biscuits for a little bit of flavoring, and wanted to show y'all that you can cook biscuits. You can cook stuff like that outside on a grill, in a stove, in a Dutch oven. It's always good for everyone to keep some like lodge cookware, some cast iron cookware. Have you a Dutch oven and at least a stew pot, because you can do about anything in the stew pot. You can cook hamburgers in it. You can cook deer meat in it. Very versatile, very versatile. You need to at least have 2 or 3 sets of cast iron cookware. So let's go ahead and get this going. And I'm getting hungry, y'all, so let's get some breakfast going. That is all I done was turn the gas on and warm up a little bit and get ready. Now these ain't gonna be your big old fluffy biscuits like you have in the oven. They're gonna turn out a little bit like thick pancakes. And y'all, that's fine. When you're hungry, you're hungry. It don't matter if your biscuits are that thick or your biscuits are that thick. Still a biscuit. So I know on the Camp Chef stove, we've done this many years, many years. I've had the 3-burner for probably about 10-12 years, and use it camping when we used to go camping with the kids. Y'all, I used to carry 3 of the Coleman camp stoves, you know, the old ones that had the tank on the side. You put the fluid in and pump it up. And I got a couple of the ones that hold little propane bottles. Y'all, I was having to carry 3 of them things, because if you took a frying pan and put on one burner, it took up the whole stove, because it was only about this wide. So it would take up the whole stove. So you would have to use like one to cook your bacon and eggs, and another to cook pancakes, and then another one to have your pot of coffee going. On this Camp Chef stove here, you've got a griddle. Now the Camp Chef stove griddle is actually a little bit bigger than this one right here that I bought at the at the estate sale. But you still have a burner over here. You can cook whatever you want, like a pot of coffee. And this over here, this griddle is actually big enough that I could probably put half a pack of bacon and still cook some pancakes or some eggs or whatever. So this is a must-have. If you ever get caught in any type of emergency or anything like this is definitely a must-have. And I actually love them so much. Like I said, I got the 3 burner and this is the 2 burner. I'm gonna go back and buy the single burner. And just to have it, they're the most versatile tool I've ever used. So when you're cooking biscuits on the stove, you want to have it on about pretty much the lowest setting it'll go. You don't want to cook them quick because you want them to cook through and not have raw biscuits in the center. So got the biscuit dough on there. I leave that when I can flip them over. I don't know if y'all can hear that or not. They're sizzling a little bit. You just want to cook them on the lowest setting. You don't want them to cook too quick. You want to get them just like you do in your oven. Nice golden brown on one side, and then you flip them over, and I'll show you what you do next with them to make sure they're doing inside. You can take a piece of tin foil and put over the top of them to kind of give them, make sure the wind's blowing a little bit out here. Gotta hold the heat in on the other side and make sure they're done inside. Now y'all, I know camping, you can't really take all these ingredients with you, so what we used to actually do was go to the grocery store and buy cans of biscuits and keep them in the cooler while we were camping. And you can do the same thing with canned biscuits. You can just put them on here. You can cook them either which way. If you carry some flour and milk with you, you can make your own homemade biscuits, or you can just use the store-bought ones. Y'all, just wanted to say we ain't got no affiliation with Camp Chef. I just love my Camp Chef stoves. I used to love collecting Coleman stoves, and then I ran across this, and I wouldn't trade it for nothing. I recommend everybody have at least a single burner one. Like this one right here, you can catch them on sale. I think it was like $119, $129, something like that. No propane tank, just the stove and the windscreen. I love it, very versatile. Very handy in an emergency. If we had woke up this morning and the power had been out from an ice storm or anything like that, and very useful to have. Very useful for anyone, because you can cook you 2 or 3 square meals a day, easy. And like I say, a 130-pound propane tank probably lasts you 6 months cooking 3 meals a day, because we've been camping for a week or 2 at a time. Actually 2 weeks, and it don't even hurt the bottom. That's cooking 3 meals a day for a family of 5. So and I picked the tank up, and it don't even feel like I've used any out of it. So like I said, keep your 2 or 3, 4 tanks laying around. You're good for a long time. They're cooking really good, y'all. I moved one of the 2 of the biscuits. There's like a little warmer area over here, and these 2 biscuits were over here, and they wasn't cooking quite as good. So I moved them over to give them a chance to go ahead and brown up. And as y'all can see, they don't rise too much. But it's more than enough. Y'all done some good looking biscuits there. Like I say, when you cook them on something like this, when they don't have heat all the way completely around them, that's what I was using the tin foil for, to kind of put them in like an oven effect. They're going to end up like thick pancakes. That's to be expected. It's going to taste the same. I took the tin foil off here for a few minutes. Show y'all what they looking like. Take some of that butter, just melt it down there. Put a little bit of extra butter on them so it'll brown up a little nicer. That one needs a little bit of butter right there. A spoon or something would make that a lot easier. Use my tin foil that I brought with me to cover my biscuits and keep them warm while I make the rest of my breakfast. So what we'll do now, got me in the midst of some bacon. So we'll go ahead and put some bacon. Y'all, it smells good, let me tell you. This was my favorite part of camping, was waking up and smelling the campground. When everybody got up in the morning and started cooking breakfast in the morning, it was heaven. You wake up and everybody in the campground cooking bacon, eggs, or hash or something. It smells so good. And this is the best smell. I wish y'all could smell it through the camera. I'm gonna go ahead and put it all on there, because I'm gonna be taking them biscuits off, so there'll be some more room in a minute. But y'all, I cannot wait till we start. We got them new pigs, and I can't wait till next year when we get some and get them raised up, that we can butcher some of our own pigs next year. I'm gonna sell most of them, and I'm gonna keep 1 or 2 of them for us, and then sell the rest of them to try to recoup some of the cost of feed and stuff like that. Y'all be able to come along with me while I make my own bacon and make my own sausage and stuff like that, because y'all, it's getting expensive to go to the grocery store. It really is. A pack of bacon's like $6, $7 something now for this old cheap store brand of bacon. So it's gonna be really nice. We're already getting our own eggs. It's gonna be really nice to have that added to our farm that benefit of having our own pigs to be able to make our own meat. And yeah, y'all probably hear a chicken out here cooking. There's a rooster right here on the ground. He wasn't getting along with the other chickens in the coop, so he's kind of our back porch chicken now. Y'all probably see him in a minute walk around in the camera. I'll go ahead and fry up 1 or 2 more biscuits. Just enough for 2 more. I'll give them a little shot of butter up there. That butter really helps them get a golden brown instead of looking more like a pancake. Another added benefit, this griddle here works good if you want to cook in a lot of juice. Like if you was making, I used to make fajitas and take the onions and the sausages and stuff like that and cook them here. This griddle would work good for that. And the added benefit of the actual Camp Chef griddle is it actually has a grease tray on the front of it, and it comes with a little hook that you can take, like take a top off of a drink can or a soup can or anything like that, and you stick it in it and you can hang it and catch all the grease drippings and stuff like that. Where this one, they actually puddle up in it and there's no way to get rid of them. I mean, you can pour them out afterwards, it ain't no big deal. But if you was cooking like a bunch of hamburgers or something, you'd have a lot of grease and nowhere for it to go. So this griddle is actually better, probably suited for cooking over an open fire, or maybe if we go inside and use our wood burning stove, you can sit on that flat surface, sit it up there and cook with it there. So just so y'all know, that's a half a pack of bacon right there. So, and you can cook. You still got room for 2 biscuits over there, or you could have been cooking eggs or something like that.
Brought you a nice warm cup of coffee.
Oh, thanks, ma'am. Thank you.
Y'all, hubby is our camp chef. He's making us a good breakfast. Rooster said it is time to get up and get the day going here.
Got my hubby mug, y'all.
It's looking good.
Thank you, ma'am.
You got the whole neighborhood smelling good.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was telling them. That was my favorite part of going camping. When you wake up in the morning and the whole campground, everybody's waking up and cooking breakfast at the same time.
Yeah, you could always tell when everybody in the campground was up.
Mm-hmm.
You smell it. You always smell either breakfast or supper cooking throughout the campground.
Yeah, you know when somebody went and got some steaks or hamburgers at the local grocery store because it smelled so good you wanted to go next door and eat with them.
Yeah, you did. Try to figure out what everybody else was eating.
Mm-hmm. Want to try you one?
Hubby, these are pretty good.
Thank you, ma'am. I decided I'd do biscuits this time, not pancakes.
We got flat biscuits. But they're actually really good.
They smell good. They actually turned out better than what I thought they was going to do, being homemade biscuits instead of canned ones.
You make homemade biscuits?
Mm-hmm. Just like you do in the oven with the buttermilk. with a homemade buttermilk with vinegar.
That's why they're good. That's gonna be a good breakfast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. I'm about to stir up a couple of eggs with it.
Yeah.
In fact, that's why the rooster keeps coming over here.
Yeah. Think so. He says it's breakfast time.
Mm-hmm. He keeps hanging around too much during lunch or supper. We might have some barbecue chicken.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna run inside and go ahead and get a load of clothes started.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Y'all, try to clean up a little bit. This house can get,
when you got 6 dogs, it can go quick.
yeah, it can jump up on you fast.
Yeah,
And
it does.
gotta stay on top of it around here.
And the funny part about all them dogs, when it's a cold morning like this morning, none of them want to go outside.
No, they don't.
They flowl on the floor, and you got to drag them to the door, and
Make them go use the potty.
Yeah, and then they run back to the door and beat on the door till you let them back in. So all of them's inside. They, like she said before, 2 of our females don't get along. So we got 3 of them in one room and 2 of them laying on the couch downstairs.
Mm-hmm. Spoiled rotten.
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am, they are.
All right. Well, let me go get my stuff done so I'll be ready to eat when this gets done.
Sounds like a plan.
I'll catch y'all later.
Look at that bacon, y'all. Keep it up under that tin foil and keep it nice and warm. And them 2 biscuits there, they are pretty much done. Just letting them brown up a little bit more. Y'all, we go ahead and crack open some eggs here. Whoop! I dropped that one. I know I talked about it a little bit before, and like I say, I only bought this griddle because it was $10 in an estate sale to use camping. I can just put some rocks up and put this griddle on it and cook on it, and you don't have to carry anything else. It was just kind of an emergency. It was cheap, and I wanted it for emergencies and stuff like that. All right, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off, and those eggs, the griddle's so hot that they'll finish cooking. All right, so I just wanted to show y'all what I'm cooking on. It's the Camp Chef, and it's the 2-burner Explorer model. And like I say, I have the other griddle, and got a delicious breakfast right there. Bacon, eggs, homemade biscuits. Y'all, I'm ready to go inside and dig in. All right, y'all. So it just goes to show you, if the power goes out, ice storm, anything happens, you can still have a good warm meal, whether it be on the cooktop or outside on the grill or over a fire.
Hope y'all enjoyed today's video, and we appreciate y'all coming along with us. Y'all take care out there. Be safe. God bless.
Y'all see what I'm talking about? I'm out here cooking with a rooster.
It's looking good.
Thank you, ma'am.
Those are some good-looking pancakes.
That's my biscuit. That's just insulting, y'all. It's funny, y'all ever heard the old saying, where's the beef? Nancy comes up to the fence every morning and moos and says, where's the hay? Oh. Y'all done blew over.
Y'all come back and see us soon.